If you've ever been totally let down by the actions of someone who was supposed to love you, this one might be for you. I'm Josh with aitah Stories, your home for daily juicy stories and the hottest tea. In today's installment, the original poster wants to know,
Hi Reddit, long-time lurker, first-time poster. I'm in a bit of a pickle and need some advice. Apologies in advance for the long story. I'm sipping on some wine and trying to figure out my next move, so this might get a little rambly. Buckle up. Throwaway account, names changed for anonymity. I grew up in a small town in the Midwest and dated a guy named Matt from middle school until graduation. We were childhood friends. Everyone said we'd end up together. Matt asked me out a couple of times when we were little, but it was just cute kid stuff. When we hit middle school, he asked me out for real, and despite the usual middle school drama, we stayed together, only breaking up once in 6th grade over a dumb misunderstanding. Matt and I were inseparable. We often talked about marriage, kids, and our future together. He came from a close-knit family but tragically lost both his older brother and sister in separate incidents. This left him as the only child, and he often said how much he envied my large family. He dreamed of having a big family of his own someday. In high school, we were that sappy couple, matching Halloween costumes, going to every dance together, the works. He talked about wanting 4 to 6 kids, which was a bit overwhelming for me since I'd always pictured having just 2 or 3. I figured his desire for a big family stemmed from the trauma of losing his siblings, so I tried to be understanding. Things started to change when we got accepted to college. I got into my first choice, an out-of-state school, and Matt applied to a nearby college but didn't get in. He was disappointed but didn't say much. We planned to move in together after graduation, but Matt proposed to me before we left for college, partly due to his strict Catholic upbringing. We decided to get married that summer before heading off to college, and both our families were thrilled. Everything seemed perfect, until I got some life-altering news right before graduation. A routine doctor's visit turned into a nightmare when I was diagnosed with ovarian cancer. I was devastated. Matt was supportive at first, as were my family and friends, especially my older sister Alice. I had to stay home for treatment, so we postponed the wedding and attended a local community college for our first year. Matt was by my side through most of my chemo treatments, but as I went through this ordeal, I began to realize that I didn't want to rush into marriage. I wanted to finish college, start my career, and then think about getting married and having kids. When I told Matt, he seemed disappointed, but agreed. However, things changed after my treatment. The cancer had damaged my ovaries, and my doctor told me that my chances of having biological children were slim. I was crushed, but I tried to stay positive, thinking about adoption or other options. I confided in Alice, who was incredibly supportive, but when my youngest sister Emma overheard us, she blurted out the news to Matt before I had a chance to tell him myself. Matt was furious and devastated. He confronted me, demanding to know if it was true that I couldn't have kids. When I confirmed it, he coldly asked for the ring back, saying that he couldn't stay with me if I couldn't give him the big family he always wanted. I was heartbroken. Matt left town not long after, and I was left to pick up the pieces of my life. With the support of Alice and my other siblings, I eventually moved on, got my degree, and started a new life in a different state. Fast forward to now. I'm in a much better place. I have a great job, a wonderful circle of friends, and a sweet rescue dog named Milo, who helps me with my anxiety and depression. Alice and I are still close. She lives just a short drive away, and we see each other regularly. A few months ago, I got a call from Emma, who was excited to announce that she was pregnant and engaged. I congratulated her, but something felt off. She was evasive about who the father was, and I had a sinking feeling in my stomach. My fears were confirmed when I went home for Thanksgiving and Emma introduced her fiancé, Matt. I was floored. The engagement ring on her finger was the same one Matt had given me. I couldn't believe my little sister was marrying my ex, the same man who had dumped me when I was at my lowest. Emma then dropped the bombshell. She wanted me to be her maid of honor. I didn't know what to say. I felt like the air had been sucked out of the room. My other siblings were just as shocked, and Alice quickly pulled me out of the house to calm me down. We ended up spending the evening at our grandmother's house, where I tried to process what had just happened. Since then, I've been avoiding my family, especially Emma. She's been posting on social media about how I'm not supportive, and how all she wants is a sister who loves her. It's been tearing me apart, and now, the wedding is this weekend. I just got an invitation in the mail and I'm torn. Part of me feels like I should go because she's my sister, but the other part of me is still reeling from the betrayal. Would I be wrong if I skipped the wedding?
So, what do you think? We can't help but think of this as anything but the ultimate betrayal. But we're anxious to hear your thoughts. Drop them in the comments. Let's discuss it. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more daily stories.